Red, an infrared light, has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys?
Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Right. Good evening, boys and girls. Hope all is well out there. It's kind of one of those bittersweet nights that you have in life where we're going to be compartmentalizing. We're going to be doing this show with heavy hearts. For the Dolphin Nation, we lost somebody today, incredibly special. In Jason Jenkins. And for those of you that don't know, and I'm sorry to start our broadcast this way, but I'd be remiss if I started with football when football is not the most important thing that there is. It's people, it's human beings, it's family, it's being one of the most amazing people that you can run into in your lifetime. And that is Jason Jenkins. And I know we're going to talk football today, and we're going to talk about a lot of good things that happened for the Dolphins today. And I get it. And Jason wouldn't have it any other way. And you know, we have to do what we have to do. But you know, I'm going to talk about what's most important right now. And the Miami Dolphins announced during the game, it is with profound sadness that the Miami Dolphins announced the passing of Jason Jenkins, Dolphins Senior Vice President of Communications and Community Affairs. He died suddenly on Saturday, August 27th, leaving behind his wife and 3 beautiful children, an organization of people who are mourning his passing, and a South Florida community which will bear his impact, which will forever bear his impact. Our hearts are broken and grieving the loss of a man who was a dear friend and beloved by so many, says Tom Garfinkel, the Vice President and President and CEO of the Dolphins. Jason faithfully served the Dolphin organization for 14 years, was a beacon in the community, a trailblazer, and a champion for others. Above all, treated people with kindness and dignity that left a lasting mark on everyone he met. Our deepest condolences, our unwavering support go out to his wife, Elizabeth, and his 3 children. And I've known Jason for a long, long time. And Jason was a friend and somebody that, you know, I truly have a lot of appreciation for, and admiration and respect. And he's 47 years old. And, you know, I tell you all the time on the show, every day we're above ground is a blessing. And I know that as we get older, we cherish life more as we get older, because, you know, when you're like I am, I'm 55. I'm obviously on the back 9 of my career, or life, that is. And you don't know when they're going to come knocking. You have no idea when it's going to happen. But every day I see tragedies with people that are so much younger, and they're 12 and they're 15 and they're 25 and they're 35. And it's just, you know, sadness beyond explanation. And just no matter what age you are, I know it's hard for you if you're watching the show and you're 21 or you're 25 or you're 35 to be able to, you know, really appreciate every day. But appreciate it, embrace it. The people that you have around you that you love, make sure you tell them you love them every day. If you have a chance to hug them, give them a hug. If you have a chance to give them a kiss, give them a kiss. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, we lost a man, we lost a father, we lost a leader, we lost just a man that had a heart that was like, it didn't fit. It doesn't fit in my home. It doesn't fit maybe in Hard Rock Stadium either. You're talking about a guy that led so many different charities for the Miami Dolphins and was constantly in the forefront of all the community relations things that you guys never want to hear about. You know, we talk about the football field and all of that, and this guy was about human beings. And so I felt it was, you know, more important to talk about the human being today, because that's the most important Miami Dolphin today. You know, Sean, do me a favor. Give me 2 minutes, bro. I got to gather myself. I'll be back, Dolphin fans.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. South Florida's premier law enforcement agency is now hiring individuals like you. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is now accepting applications for non-certified and certified police officer positions. Minimum requirements and qualifications can be found at FLPDjobs.com. That's FLPDjobs.com. Are you ready? The city of Fort Lauderdale is an equal opportunity employer.
What? Oh, look.
Hey guys, this is Hayden Hurst, NFL tight end. I'm partnering today with Red Recover. We're gonna run you guys through some drills. I started using Red Recover last year, my 4th year in the NFL. It just helps me on Mondays after games, get my recovery process started, get back into the fold of the week, and get ready for the following Sunday. And if you want to recover like me, use Red Recover.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Back, I'll do my best. It's just effed up, man, because I was hugging Jason Jenkins' mom last week. You know, it's just like screwed up. She listens to the show. She's been a big fan of the show for many years. She tells Jason all the time, and you know, it's just one of those things that it just will. It messes with you, man, when you're with people and they're here today and they're gone tomorrow, and it's just not good, man. Not good. Not good. And it's not liquor, it's honey and lime. My second show today, so you know, relax, take it easy. Liquor is quicker, but that's not my style. Anyway, so first of all, I know some of you are sending in some super chats. Oh, we got the coach. Let's go to the coach. Thank you, Sean. Gives me a little bit. Let me turn it down.
Aiden Sloan. That saw him that he just didn't light up the room. So like I just told the team, it's important for those who loved him and were touched by him, and all the members of our team to lean on each other. And that's what we're going to try to do. Our hearts are heavy, as they should be. For an unquestioned professional that's made his mark on not only the team, but the National Football League. But like I told the team, I thought their effort today reflected what would bring him joy as good. thoughts and prayers just go with his family. I'm not really sure what I do after this.
May I ask a question about the relationship they've had with Jason? Like you said, you haven't been very long, but what impression did he leave with you, and how do you think this organization will remember?
Well, it's consistent as I've ever seen, from his wardrobe to his spirit. I mean, he was the nines, you know. That's why it makes it so tough. This was a healthy guy that just brought it every day. He worked at the stadium, and I'm not sure how many people that I feel like I know from the stadium. I'd love to know more, but on a day-to-day, I don't get to interact with people, all the people as much as I'd like. So for him to make such an impact, I mean, it was obvious, and you can't make that impression, I get to talk to him maybe once a week, but the impression that he made, there's no fooling that. You could see the relationships, the eye contact that people, how people looked at him, how he embraced others. He was the consummate professional, and I know there's for guys that have been around here for a while, they knew him like a family member, and I think it's incredibly impressive, and it just speaks to the human being and his impact on all of us, where I could see that in my brief time around him. I mean, it was he was a force, and positivity. There's the organization has been through some stuff, and it always it was very impactful to me, the people that just how many people in the organization were passionate about doing their jobs well and about the Dolphins, and he was the top of the list. I mean, he was just full of life, and that's the hardest part. There's no words to describe. He had a great family. His wife's awesome, and his children, and it's just it's tough. It's a tough one to swallow, and he will be missed, and he will not be forgotten. I can tell you that much.
Did you get word like all of us during halftime, or did you know a little bit beforehand?
No, I got word before the game, and so there was these things happen in life. You never. And then speaking with the people that had worked with him for the longest, that had spent intimate time with him for an extended period of time, I was really at a loss. Like, hey, what do I do about this? Because I just couldn't stop thinking about everyone that's affected, and I got some strong advice from, in particular, Chris Greer and Brandon Shore, specifically that said that he would. It didn't matter that it was preseason game 3. He understood what was on the line for all the players. This particular game, I don't even know the head count for how many people from the community that he had at the game that wouldn't otherwise be able to see the game. And what he'd want most is to see us all do our jobs as best we could. So I had to, in that vein, I just had to push forward. And we thought that the thing that he would want, as best we could decipher, would be that we'd let the players know after. So that's what I was just doing before we got started. So yeah, it's been a tough day for all those reasons.
Maybe as tribute or anything like that, or just to maybe lighten up the mood, I guess.
Oh, somebody said something. I can't even remember at this point. Maybe it was Chris. I think it was Chris that said, "Dude, he'd want you to do what you do." So, that's all I thought of. Is all right. At least gave me direction, because you're like, okay, what am I doing? But no, when Chris said that, I was able to, all right, say, okay, I have a job to do. And then it just, all right, once can, like all of us, right? This is a fixture of life. It's a part of being human, and it's impossible. It's inhumane, so we do the best, just like we all experience those things. And yeah, I hate it because you feel like you can, as a head coach, you're supposed to do stuff. You're supposed to lead, or you're supposed to do things. And there's nothing for me to do. I can't make this one better, but I think we all can relate to that. Yeah.
Pass on the first play of the game. Just what was it like to see that right off the bat, their first time playing in a game on the field together?
Yeah, I was just happy for those two individuals because they've invested a lot. I was happy for the team and the organization, really, because they've invested in a lot. They know let's just say it was cool to see them not blink and do what they love doing. Really happy to call them my teammates. No, we're really just trying to work on our craft. You don't know what defense they're going to run out there, and so you have to execute the play. And I was happy that was a tough look. That Two is making that decision to throw to him or Trent in the same timing, and his back is to the defense. Takes a lot of training, but we were pretty confident that if we got the right look, that they would execute it. And That's why they are who they are, and that's why we all believe in them so much. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it all.
All right. And man, it's just I gotta tell you, I was bawling like a little kid right now, and I'm glad I was off the air because I was able to get a little Visine, and it's tough. And listen, I know there's a lot of people out there. Jason Jenkins is a guy that a lot of you may not know who the hell he is, because he doesn't play on the football field. He doesn't throw passes. He doesn't run for touchdowns. He doesn't block, but he's a pillar of that franchise. And Mike McDaniel hasn't known that man very long, but you don't have to know Jason Jenkins very long. You only have to meet him. I'm sorry, once or twice, and just it's over. He's one of those dudes, one of those people. Because it's not a dude; it could be a woman. It's those people that, dude. It's just pure. Whew. And I've known him for the whole run here, the 14 years that he's been here. And so it's I knew once Mike started talking about it, it would mess me up like it's got me right now. So, it's just one of those where Jason, anybody that's worked in with that organization, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be media, you don't have to be players. You could be any kind of employee in the building. Everybody knows Jason Jenkins. Everybody. And probably some of the hardcore fans that have been around a long time, that go there all the time, the Chris Barkers of the world, people like that, they probably know the Jason Jenkins. They know Jason Jenkins. They probably know him very well, and they understand his importance. You can't replace Jason Jenkins. So that's why this F's with you so much, because like he's not supposed to go now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's not the right thing. Yeah, and it's hard. I know some of you out there, you're callous and you probably don't care that much, and you want me to talk about Tua and talk about everything else that went on today, and Tyreek and Skylar and Jared Dokes, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? It's just, but it's hard to put. I'm all stuffed up now. It's hard to put a lot of importance on that when this happens, and you know this person, and you've known him for a long time, and you know how good of an individual this is. It's like, wow, like he got like one of those angels to go back that way. You know what I mean? It's just messed up, man. That's all. It's truly, truly screwed up, is what it is. It's one of those where you just, I told Omar, hey, you can pass up your hit if you want, because it's kind of tough to talk about this. But I think he's going to join us anyways at 11 o'clock. I told him, hey, if you want to, sit this one out, because this obviously takes a turn in the show, and it kind of takes away from a lot of the things that we want to talk about, because it's hard, man. It's just really, really hard when you talk about Jason Jenkins. And so I know some of you out there really don't have any idea who this is, because he doesn't wear a jersey, and because you didn't see it retired, and because there's no stats about him. But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who it is. Any player that went through that organization, any person that worked in that organization, doesn't matter. Jason was everywhere. Jason touched everybody. And I'm sure a lot of the community relations things that go on that are tied with the Dolphins, all those people that are tied to all those kind of organizations, they are devastated today because he was the conduit to all of that. He was the bridge from the Dolphins to all of those organizations. So, it's weird, man. I mean, I was just talking to him a couple days ago in the Eagles practice. The week before him, I got to hang out a little bit with his mom and talk, and it's just it's not right. It's not right, and it's one of those things that will affect all the people that he touched. We're all affected right now. It just wow. My wife never met him personally, but so many conversations that I had with him over the years, she knew who he was. So when I said, "Oh my God, Jason Jenkins passed," she says, "What? Never met him." She didn't know, but she knew just from secondhand from me. So she knows what he is. He's an amazing person because that's what anybody would say about Jason Jenkins. Woo! 48-10, huh? I'll tell you what, just like Jason, your Miami Dolphins are prepared. And so that's I was thinking about that. That's the bright side of all of this. People could tell you that the game doesn't matter much, and it doesn't matter in the win column, and it doesn't matter if you're going to have a winning season. It doesn't matter if you're going to get to the playoffs or if you're going to make any kind of impact in the playoffs. But you got to like the organization of your team, and that was the good thing there. That just like Jason Jenkins, always organized to the T, always prepared. The Miami Dolphins on this night were exactly like Jason Jenkins. So it's actually very interesting because that's one of the things that I've been impressed with Mike McDaniel from the get-go, that his teams have seemed prepared. Even Skylar Thompson, who's a pup, he looks pretty prepared. I look at the offensive linemen; they've improved under their tutelage. They're better prepared. Tua, super comfortable, right? Properly prepared. All of these things have kind of changed. And on a day where we lose Jason Jenkins, anybody that met Jason, always prepared. And it didn't matter if he had to speak in public or if he was dealing with people one-on-one, or if he had to handle a really tough situation where he had to help put out the fire or present something for the organization, that was incredible or good or fantastic. Jason always prepared, man. So tonight's performance was a lot like Jenkins. Very prepared, and I was very impressed. I can go look at what's it called? Mac Jones. And he threw an interception, was 9 of 13 for 71 yards. The Patriots offense looked like a mess. It's looked like a mess. I thought that's what the Dolphin offense looked like the last couple of years. Well, mostly last year. It wasn't too bad the year before that. Tough one, ladies and gentlemen, and I apologize if I'm not giving you the piss and vinegar that I normally can give you and the emotions, and there's a lot of good things to go off on this, man. There really is. We have a hell of a preparation for you on all of this. I guess we're going to wait for Tua. We'll probably get Tua to talk, and we'll definitely air that one. But I appreciate all of you out there.
Hey, yo.
Sean, I guess, yes.
He came on very quickly. I'm going to try to edit. He came on pretty quickly, answered a couple questions, and then they cut the conference off.
Right. Yeah, I figured that, dude.
And I didn't want to interrupt because you were in your conversation. I wasn't going to bring it back up.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. All good. All right. So when you get them ready and it's ready to go, we'll fire that off. And we'll fire off some of the highlights, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the things that did happen in the game for you. But listen, man, if you have a moment, then find out a little bit more about Jason Jenkins. Check out his Twitter feed and check out who he was, because he is a special human being. And all you have to do is look around the people that have had contact with that organization one way or another, and you won't find anybody that'll say anything wrong about Jason Jenkins, because you can't. It's impossible. It's just impossible. So I don't know if he had a shortage of good people, but man, he reached out and took a good one. All right, let's do this. Let's get some of the highlights ready. Give me a minute here, Sean, so I can compose and maybe blow my nose a little bit because I'm a little stuffed up from everything. Give me 1 minute right here on the Big O Radio Show.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, all righty. All right, we look to compose ourselves and get this thing on track a little bit in honor of Jason Jenkins today. Obviously, a beautiful 48-10 performance by the Dolphins. It's preseason. It means absolutely nothing. I get all of that, but I'd rather see the team I root for play well than play like crap. And today they played well, and Tua has looked phenomenal. He has looked comfortable throughout. He has looked confident. He has shown some swag. And let's start off with the first play. And first of all, the aggressiveness of Mike McDaniel. We don't have a guy that's going to play conservative running the Miami Dolphins. He's not going to be afraid to pull the trigger and go deep. And he seems to love to start the game that way. And it's something that's become kind of predictable in a practice, in a game, whatever. He is ready. I mean, the other day against Philadelphia, first play, Tyreek Hill slays Darius. Hell, he got him almost injured and everything. I mean, he buckled those legs. So here's Tua opening up the game with a 51-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. Whoa. There we go. And again, what I love about it is that you're talking about a play. It's a little fuzzy, man. It seemed like it was clearer than that, but I guess maybe it's my connection. But anyway, so beautiful play, beautiful call, staying aggressive the entire time, and Tua also throws it to the left to guide him away from the DB, who obviously could not see where the pass was going to land except for Tyreek, and he was able to catch it. So obviously a big play. He then follows up, and this is something that they did a lot throughout this game. And what they do is they run two routes, and they go high-low, and they give him an opportunity to choose. Obviously, he chose high and went to Tyreek Hill. Let's play that one there, Sean. And again, I love that it was crisp and clean, this drive, and there were a lot of sharp throws throughout to a stretch. Pull that play up there, Sean, and we'll go to the Tua to Hill. And again, look at how there are two routes, and you're going to see that that's a theme throughout all of this, okay? All right. Damn, that thing looks fuzzy as hell. Well, you look at it, you see there was one low and one high, and he was able to pick them apart and hit them right in stride. All right. Then he hits Craycraft for a touchdown, and again, look again as he rolls. They've got a high-low. I think it's Trent Sherfield that is running the low, while they've got Craycraft running the high, and he goes to Craycraft, and he hits Craycraft for a touchdown. And again, they're running that two-route system on the left side. They cut half the field. They put him on the move. He's obviously accurate as hell, and the ball placement for Tua usually is. See, that's why I think he's going to be one hell of a quarterback, because he has anticipatory skills, and ball placement is just absolutely awesome. Very few quarterbacks, I know Tyreek said he's the most accurate, but very few quarterbacks, I believe, in the league are going to be as consistent as this young man is, hitting his spots. So here it is. Tua to Craycraft, and you'll see the high-low again, and Sherfield is under. Craycraft is over the top. Damn, that stuff is fuzzy as hell. And so Craycraft gets the touchdown. I swear to you, it's not that fuzzy. It must be. I hope you guys have a better signal than I do, because my signal sucks. It's not looking good. So Craycraft scores the touchdown there.
Oh, that's what I told you when you sent them to me.
Oh, what happened? Because that's how it goes? What, the transfer?
That's what they look like. I guess when you transferred them to me, that's what they look like.
Oh, God. That's terrible. Okay. All right. So it's not the connection. It just, I guess, some technical snafu on the transfer. We're going to have to do better than that. All right. So now the other throw that he hit Craycraft on, the important part about this throw is some people talk about his arm on the outside. Well, watch this throw. This is an outside hash mark throw. He's throwing it from the 13-yard line to the 35. So it's a 22-yard out. It's not an easy throw. That's a big league throw. A 20-yard out is a big league throw. That's a 22-yard out from where he's standing, overall. That's pretty good. If you could pull that one up. I know it won't look good, but again, you'll see what I'm talking about, where he's in the middle and he's throwing to the outside on that comeback right there. Boom. First down. Nice throw by Tua. Nice timing overall. Ball placement there. Perfect overall. Then he hits Cedric Wilson once again. They run the high-low. Gesicki's on the low. Cedric Wilson's on the high. And then here we go. Now you'll see that play, and you'll see Tua again. They roll him out. Boom. Gesicki's on the low. He hits Cedric Wilson on the high. So he has an option. Both times he has gone with the deeper. All three times he's gone with the deeper option and hit it right in stride. All right. So after the Cedric Wilson one, now Gesicki, who was the low player, now he finds Gesicki in the middle of the field. What I love about this throw is that he's got to place it in the middle of four guys. One on top, one to the right, and two coming from underneath. So you've got only a short window of time to get that in there before everything closes, because they see where you're going. So we'll run that one now, and you'll see that play also. Again, I'm sorry that it's not great, but let's see, run it again. You'll see the guy to the right, the guy at the high, and then there's two guys coming underneath. So overall, it's between four guys. You see that? So you don't have a lot of time right there to get that ball in there. So he's able to get Gesicki again. Nice one there. Then you get the Sony Michel touchdown, and this is going to really suck because since it's kind of fuzzy in that whole damn transfer, in that one, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but go back on your own on the Sony Michel touchdown. Look at Austin Jackson and Smythe seal off the left side. And on the right side, this is the really important note on all of this. Okay, one, Austin and Smythe are doing their job on the left side. So for people that pick on Austin, and then Seathan is playing the halfback role. He's playing the fullback role. So Alec Ingold, remember, is coming off an injury. So this might be an indicator that Seathan is actually going to make this team because he's the guy playing halfback. So he might be your backup fullback if Alec Ingold is out. Remember, the coach talked about how important the fullback is. So if you're not going to keep the guys you have in camp and you don't really keep a fullback, then you're going to need somebody else. And I told you that maybe the Boston College kid, who, by the way, Hunter Long played well today, scored a touchdown. I told you, look for him, and he's been blocking his ass off. This guy obviously I think makes the team because he's your backup fullback and he's your emergency fullback. Something happens in the game. So watch him clean up on the right side. Sony Michel walks in between Jackson and Smythe and Seathan sealing off the right side. Roll it in my 5.0. There we go. With my rag top down. All right, so there you go. So you get your Sony Michel touchdown, right? And there you go. So I think that's a little indicator. Remember, I told you that the back end of rosters, if you're going to keep Skylar Thompson, you can't have guys that are not good at their position or they're not contributing on special teams. Okay? They've got to help you out both ways. You can't have any dead meat or dead beats or whatever on the roster. Now, I do want to go to something with Austin Jackson because I know he allowed a sack, right? I'm not sure if he necessarily allowed a sack. That one, I'm going to lay it on Tua Tagovailoa, not Austin Jackson. The average person would probably blame it on Austin Jackson. I'm not going to blame it on Austin Jackson. Please pull up the video. Now, we're going to play this video, and again, I'm sorry because of the quality, but you could go back and check it out if you want. Now, here, you're going to see him. He's going to try to make a throw, but he then hesitates because obviously whatever window it was closed, and he chooses to then keep the ball and then continue. Well, Austin Jackson isn't seeing that. He has his back turned to Tua. He doesn't know that Tua did not make the throw that he was on schedule to make. So it probably was the right decision because Tua usually is not going to turn over the ball. He's, very few times he'll force it. So he probably saw there could have been a turnover. It was too tight to throw it. So he keeps the ball and then he tries to buy himself more time. Let's roll the tape. You'll see. Austin now, you'll watch him. He is holding his guy. Watch. Here we go. Play it there, Sam. Boom. He's holding his guy. He's guiding him past Tua. Now, at this point, he's guiding him out of the pocket, but Tua swallows the ball. Go ahead, roll it. See? He's not. By the time he's guided him already behind the quarterback, he figures he's got rid of it. There's your clock. 3.668 seconds. You can't hold the ball that long. It's 2.8 or less. 2.8 or less. Okay? Yeah, you could oh no. He's got to hold him for 4 or 5 seconds. No, man, F you, dude. Get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball or get some eyes in the back of your head, because if you swallowed the ball on that throw, the window closed, well, then you better look around and make sure everything, because Austin Jackson's already guiding a guy behind the quarterback. He thinks, oh, well, he's got, oh, wow. I mean, you know, I get it. It's really easy to say, oh, no, that's Austin's fault. No, it's not, actually. That's Tua's fault. I'm a Tua guy. I love Tua, all that, but can't hold the ball for 3.68 seconds. No. If you're going to hold the ball for 3.68 seconds, you better be out of the effing pocket and running. But if you're going to hang in there in the pocket for nearly 4 seconds, no. You're asking for an injury, which is what's happened in his career, because he tries to hold on to the ball and make a play. And that's on him. Okay? It's really easy to lay it on Austin Jackson on that one. Not fair. I lay that one on Tua. All right. Oh, all right. All right. So those are some of the highlights, and one kind of low light there that I don't really call it that much of a low light for Austin. I call it more for Tua at that point. But whatever. It is what it is. But we'll find out what happens now over the next couple of days as they trim the rosters down and get them to 53 and see who gets to the practice squad. I think Cater Kohu makes the team. I think Cameron Good makes the team. I think Skylar Thompson makes this team. I think Porter Gustin makes this team. Who else can I think of that might be like a Iggy definitely Hey, how about Iggy? You know, I forgot to let me give Iggy some love, because you know what was so important about that play for Iggy? Ball skills. That's what he lacks. He has no awareness of where the ball was at. Did you watch him? He goes down the field. He's looking at the wide receiver, and he sees it and senses that the receiver is expecting the ball. He turns around, makes a play on the ball. That was enormous for that kid, because those are the moments he needs. He doesn't lack athleticism. He can run with deers downfield. Okay? Seriously, Iggy can hang out with a cheetah all the way downfield. In fact, I'm sorry, he did that earlier in camp. That's right, a couple weeks ago. He did one a week and a half ago. He ran with a cheetah. Not an impala, but a cheetah. Yeah, he ran with the cheetah. Because as you all know, the Dolphins do have a cheetah under contract. So, Roadrunner, whatever you want to call it, he can hang with it, but then he loses the ball. He has the Paul Langford disease. And for those of you that are young, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But, you know, for us old guys, we have nightmares that, you know, how many times do you wake up in a sweat with Paul Langford, huh? Boy, Paul Langford did a number on all of us. I think I'm 55 technically, but I'm really 65 because of Paul Langford. Anyway, so Paul Langford had all the talent in the world too. He just couldn't find the ball. Except against Kansas City in that playoffs in the end zone, he was able to find the ball. But outside of that, he really hasn't been able to find the ball. He still can't find the ball, in fact. I heard that he actually gets lost in sporting goods stores and he can't find the aisle where the football's at. That's how bad it is for Paul Langford. Anyway, so in all seriousness, Iggy, that was strong on his part, that he was able to find the ball and make a play. That's what he needs to actually learn. And that has to be the thing that X has that gift, you know? He has that gift. I'm not saying that he has to be X, but that's where he's got to find that gift. He's got to find that gift where he can make a play on the ball. It's really, really important. Elder Bruce Jones says he killed this Big O. Yeah. Yes, he did. Don't play it. They'll play this video for the poor man. Because it's like 30 years later and we're still like, hey, listen, you're Jerry Wilson. You did it to us. You're Jamar Fletcher. You did it to us. You're Paul Langford, Bud Brown, J.B. Brown. You did it to us. What can I tell you? So Iggy has got to kind of stay away from that history, that ugly ass history of doing it to us. Okay. And I'd be remiss here if I did not go back, because a bunch of you, let me make sure here. Damn it. Wow. It's impressive. You guys have the text line has absolutely been smoking. Let me go over some of the super chats, because it's not fair that you guys send them in. It hasn't been an easy night tonight. First of all, Steven Gonzalez. First and foremost, my condolences go out to Jason Jenkins' family. God bless his soul. He will be missed. Very sad and shocked. R.I.P. my brother. What a fun game from start to finish. It was. It's just a pleasure to watch these Dolphins. They got a good team. I think we're gonna have some fun. Jason Jenkins will be enjoying himself from above, rooting on our Dolphins. EM Baller, thank you, sir. He said, we did Philly dirty by playing Hill to a QB1. DJ Gallagher, Jason was such a great man. No matter where he would see you, he would always take the time to say hello. He would always ask me any new good music, DJ, with a smile and genuine engagement. Yep, nobody's as genuine as that guy. Also, John Patterson, thank you, sir. He says that's an MF leader. Yes. Thank you. I know there's a few more before I go to Omar Kelly, who just stepped in. Give me a second here, because you guys send them in. It's my job to make sure we get them out there. Here we go. True Finn fan. Not a Tua fan, but this kid is looking sharp. Yes, he has had a great camp, man. He has looked comfortable, and that's the thing. Reggie Mal, thank you, sir, for the love in the super chat. And I think we got them all. There. Did we? Any other ones? Okay. All right. There you go. So thank you all out there. And I'll check also for Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show in a minute. But let's start off the second hour, and let's start off with Omar Kelly and our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins post-game report.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. Ownership, management, sponsors, or website. The Big O Radio Show is home for the hardcore Dolphins fan. That's why we give you Omar Kelly twice a week. Buckle up. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show.
Here he is. I'm sure carrying the same heavy hearts, a lot of us. And, it's good evening, of course, Omar, but it's one of those where we have people on the board and they're like, they don't really know who did he play? Did he, whatever, and they don't really know. And, some people are like, well, McDaniel didn't know him long. And that's the thing about Jason Jenkins, the magic of Jason Jenkins. All you had to do was meet him once or twice. And that's it. You just knew, like, okay, dude, this guy is just another level,
The best way to explain Jason Jenkins to the Dolphin fan who is the casual Dolphin fan who doesn't know all of what Miami does. Just think about all of the charitable ventures. Anytime you see the Dolphins helping out the Miami Gardens community, or building a field somewhere else, or going to a school and doing some charity work, book bag giveaway, feeding the hungry, whatever you think that, hey, you know, Jason Jenkins, always joke with him, his role was, you know, Steve Ross has pledged to give away half of his net worth, which is now, you know, basically, you know, $4 million in charity. And Steve Ross gave Jason Jenkins a blank checkbook to infuse goodness and great efforts and make a difference in the South Florida community. And that's what Jason did on a regular basis.
Every day, man. Every day.
And he didn't do it because, you know what? Yeah, he did it because it was his job, but he did it because he really wanted to truly, genuinely make a difference.
Real. He's real, man.
Yeah,
Real.
I would say this, you know, because I had a good relationship with Jason Jenkins, a really great relationship with Jason. And anytime I saw a football field or just a field in the South Florida community that was in horrible shape, but tremendous levels of use, and I felt like, hey, the Dolphins can make a difference by helping this team or helping this community by working on that field, by, you know, infusing a little money to work on that field or improve the field or put AstroTurf on the field. There's a field in my neighborhood right now that's getting AstroTurf. And it's heavily, I can't remember the name of it, but it's heavily used, not just for football, but for soccer. It's because it's a big Haitian community. So obviously, you know, it's a soccer community.
Of course.
And they spent the last 6 months putting a hell of a field in there. And I know it's a city park, but I know Jason Jenkins. I told him, I was like, they need a field. It's horrible. And I know Jason Jenkins was behind it. A lot of the great, and all I had to do is just tell Jason, like, hey, this field, this situation, take a look at it. It got done. And, you know, or you could just mention anything that you felt like he could make a difference. All you had to do was tell him a text, get him a name, give him a rundown of what was going on. And the Dolphins made a difference.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And he led the way, man.
And he led the way.
Just a special dude. And that's why a lot of you may not know who he is, but anybody that's been around the Dolphins, they're affected.
Yeah.
They're affected. We're all affected by it. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. Really, put it this way: if anybody ever tells you they had a problem with Jason Jenkins, that person's got problems. It's definitely not Jason. You know what I mean? It's
absolutely.
Super special people, man. Super special people.
Only two people in the world you can say that about: Jason Jenkins and Chris Perkins.
By the way,
have a problem with them.
Right.
The problem is you.
Yeah. Chris Perkins. Yeah. I would put Captain Curtis in there too with that.
That's a good one too. That's a good one as well.
That's just one.
But Captain Curtis might have made you lose a little money.
Okay, that's fine. But he's one of the best souls you will ever meet in your life.
Great human being. Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? Tonight's performance reminded me of Jason Jenkins because the team was prepared, and Jason was always prepared for everything he did. And so I got to give McDaniel that his teams have looked prepared in practices. They've looked prepared in games overall. Even Skylar is a great example, a third stringer that they get prepared to play games, you know. And so young players have, you know, Azukama shines. So
Skylar is such a great example of having a good scouting department. I'm not even going to put that on
and development and development both. Got to let's
no, but
let's
it's
get
not
both.
necessarily development because he ran the exact offense that they run now. So it style of offense. So it's just a transition. And think about it. Nobody was talking about Skylar Thompson. Nobody expected to draft Skylar Thompson. There were a lot of higher rated quarterbacks that went undrafted. And here I am thinking to myself, like, why are they drafting Skylar Thompson? And he didn't look great early on. And I think around the second week of practice, he really
those darts started showing up. You're like, whoa, did you see a throw? Did you see a throw?
Chemistry. It's not really the darts because he doesn't have an arm. Don't.
No. Darts don't have to be an arm. Darts are like, small windows, like that second week he threw that sideline pattern to it doesn't matter who. Actually, I think it was Braylon Sanders actually.
Yeah.
And he had a DB right on his hip and he put it in the only place that everybody was like, well, okay, that's a big league throw. That's a nice throw. It's a dart. He got it right in there. You know what I mean? So doesn't have to be a.
He's got a moxie. He's got an intangible. He reminds me a lot of Kirk Cousins, which is why I really like him. He's not going to be the number 2 right now. Teddy Bridgewater. People don't realize how much value Teddy Bridgewater brings. Like, just because I work with Brandon Marshall, and Teddy was with the Jets, and he was giving me the rundown of Teddy. That Teddy is a very intricate, and very thorough thinker. Exactly. And Teddy's
only talent away from being a Hall of Famer. If the good Lord gave him just a little bit more athleticism and arm, he's a Hall of Famer, bro.
You can be saying that about Tua too.
No, Tua will be in the Hall of Fame. There's a difference.
Okay. Yeah, and he was telling me that I like to run this route this way. And Teddy be like, well, if you run that route that way, I won't be throwing you the ball. Like, you're going to run the route the way Teddy wants you to run the route. And he was like, when you run the route the way Teddy wants you to run the route, the ball's going to be there. And he's a leader. Not the greatest arm, but, that's.
No, that's not his fault. I mean, that is what it is. Yeah. But it shows you how smart he is, how actually awesome he is, that he lasts this long. It's like Ty Detmer, like the same thing.
I hate when you say that because
in the league 9 years.
Wait. He was like the number 9 rated quarterback in passer rating last year.
No, I know rating, but what I'm saying is, that next step to be the monster, to be the franchise. He just needs a little. You know what I think about Teddy is what I explained this week. He's a computer this year, and right now, Tua and Skylar have to grab their USBs and put it inside that computer.
Okay.
Because they don't have the computer for a year. Because the computer will
listen
and download that information.
If they have USBs, because computers don't come with USBs anymore.
Well, whatever, USB-C.
Oh my God. I don't even know what they come with.
It's that other smaller one. Isn't it called USB-C or something like that?
I don't know, bro. Ethernet. They don't come with an Ethernet cord. They don't come with a.
What's that thing we do with apples that we can give it to each other?
AirDrop.
There you go.
Yeah,
you got an AirDrop from Teddy. All the info, bro. You have an encyclopedia sitting there. Your Tua, your job is to download that encyclopedia.
I felt that same way about Ryan Fitzpatrick, but yes, I didn't feel comfortable or understand why everybody in the South Florida community was like, well, we got to get rid of Teddy because we got to keep Skylar, or worried about Skylar, not being on the roster because they're gonna cut him and the team's gonna poach him. Like, calm down. Teddy's a very valuable piece. If anything, maybe you trade Teddy by the trade deadline. Maybe you trade
if Skylar's made enough progress and a team is desperate with an injury, you're so right. They may overpay. They may
somebody
overpay.
Somebody offered me a 4th round pick right now for Teddy. Bye, Teddy. But other than that, I'm not trading him.
No.
But Skylar's here. It's like I hate when Dolphin fans and they get this myopic view, like last year, Reed Sinnett. Oh man, we got to keep Reed Sinnett. Oh man, if we cut him and somebody's gonna poach him, and my response to that is, so what? Like Eagles poached him. You looked at him today. Does it look like you're missing anything?
Well, the Dolphin defense, they're pretty good against them. You know, what's it called? The other guy, Minshew. He played lights out the first 2 games because I watched them all because I watched the Philly games just for Reed. Yeah. So I like go through the game just to get to Reed.
Oh, you're one of those fans, Reed Sinnett?
Yeah. I'm a Reed Sinnett fan, and Minshew I also like. I've always loved his moxie. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league working that pocket. He's very good at manipulating in that pocket, and that's why I like him because those are the kind of guys that will make you extra plays. And anyway, he'd been perfect, dude, the first 2 games. Miami made him look pretty sad today. And I give Miami credit because I watched the other 2 games against Minshew.
Yeah.
Minshew was outstanding.
This is what, and you've been out to a lot of practices. I obviously have not been out to last week. But I'm watching that game today, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, why are they showing so much in a final preseason game? Because, like, they showed a lot in a final preseason game. And I know these are base plays.
They got to get them some playing time, bro. They got to get some of these guys reps. That's what they had to do. And that's the only way you can measure them is just by – I don't think they showed, like, too much or anything. But you do have to play this – in this game, you have to do something that gives you – some semblance of something, you know what I'm saying?
But now, especially with the Patriots as your first game, and obviously you Mike McDaniel has 2 weeks to basically build and that's what I hear is his specialty. He builds he builds opponent specific game plans, and I'm very
like the dude he's playing in week 1. Same thing.
Please, no. Listen.
No, but don't just say that. He does game-specific plans. You talk with enough players. That's the one game that they've got to do a little extra game film because they throw all kinds of crap at you that you never know.
I mean, the Patriots are going to take away your strengths and attack your weaknesses. But that's
and by the way, on the Skylar thing, here's the part that I find overrated, Omar. There's no problem keeping a 3rd quarterback.
None.
As long as you're smart with the back end of the DBs, the linebackers, the running backs, make sure those guys are 2-way players. I'll give you an example. Did you notice Ethan Carter? He played halfback today. He played the fullback role.
He's been halfback,
and he sealed off the right side of the line. Well, in kind of a block where he was kind of falling forward, but he got enough of the guy so Michelle can come in, right? Smythe and Jackson got the left side. But my point is, your fullback is coming off of an injury.
Yeah,
nobody keeps the second fullback. Ethan Carter helps you out on special teams. He's actually a decent tight end. And if you're now playing him as a fullback, that tells me he made the roster because he's your tight end, special teamer, and emergency fullback.
How many fullbacks do you really think that they're going to – I mean, how many tight ends?
They're going to keep at least 4. Yeah, right? 4 or 5.
Yeah, you're right. 4. Now that Adam Shaheen is gone, yeah, you're right. 4. Ethan Carter.
Yeah, because they're gonna try to sneak Tanner onto the practice squad. So
of course, I don't even care. I hate when people say that. Yes, they're going to put Tanner on the practice squad. Don't say they're trying to sneak him on. Nobody's claiming Tanner, Connor Tanner. Didn't he just get hurt too?
Yeah, he just got hurt.
Yeah, nobody's claiming that.
I say sneak because I like him. I like
him too, but you don't have to sneak him. You don't have to sneak him.
All right, but if they do take him away, All right, I'm going to send you 10,000 texts that say sneak, sneak, sneak. I just want you to.
All right. If somebody claims him, you could tease me all week. Ain't nobody claiming.
You agree with me, right? That the 3 QB thing is overrated as long as you're not irresponsible with your roster on the other positions.
It's about 45 players on the Dolphins roster that are important and good, and I want to protect. The rest is filler. Like, bro, it's like it's 8 guys. I don't care who they are.
Right. I got you.
Like, you know, the Lynn Bowdens of the world. Okay, practice squad, not the practice squad. Who gives a shit? Who cares?
Yeah, Craycraft may have kind of sealed.
Oh, him too. Him too. Stop it.
Well, if you're going to keep 6, he's. What I'm saying is, you're probably going 5 for sure, with Sherfield being your 5th, right?
Yeah.
But if you go 6 now, it's Craycraft, right?
No.
Who are you going with? I think you have to go Craycraft. If you go 6, I'm not saying you are, but he plays on special teams. He helps you out as a receiver. He's been consistent.
I mean, you convinced me of Sherfield last week, and now you're going.
Oh no, Sherfield's already there. He's in the top 5. What is wrong with you?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
You brought him over Lynn Bowden Jr.?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's either Craycraft. So you're saying Bowden as the 6.
What?
You're saying Bowden as the 6.
Yes,
Bowden is not ahead of Sherfield. Like, in no way.
Bowden is absolutely ahead of Sherfield.
No.
Yes.
Not even close.
Yes.
Not even close. Sherfield has had an excellent camp, dude.
Okay.
He's been fantastic.
Listen, Bowden has a talent that you can't coach. You don't cut that. You don't. And I get what his issues are. One, he's a punt returner. And so you're gonna have
he only did it the first week. The last 2 weeks, he's been given chances and he hasn't been able to deliver. Today, he wasn't able to deliver again.
No. Don't say that.
Today,
you gotta have somebody back there.
Today he had one punt return for -2 yards.
He has the ability. He scored a touchdown, bro. Don't disrespect Lynn Bowden like that. Listen,
no, I know he scored a touchdown.
At least acknowledge he has ability that you cannot coach.
No, I get that. I understand that.
Name me another person on this roster that's a wide receiver that has ability that you can't coach other than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, no, but I need consistency where Craycraft gives you the consistency.
Man, please. Craycraft is on my practice squad. I ain't worried about him. Ain't nobody claiming him. I promise you, Lynn Bowden gets claimed.
Oh, sure. I'm sure he gets
worried about Craycraft.
Doesn't really mean it's going to go anywhere. All right, so
it was going to go anywhere.
At running back, who's the 4th guy at running back? If Michelle's the 3rd guy, do you keep 4 outside of the fullback with Alec Ingold? And if it's the 4th, who is it? Is it Gaskin?
Absolutely,
is it Salvon?
Absolutely, it's Gaskin. And I love Savon. I'm one of them on my practice squad. I think he's got more talent than Miles, but nobody works harder than Miles. And the one thing that I always say about Miles is I stopped counting him out. He's proven me wrong far too many times for me to even start counting him out. The only thing I think about Miles is his salary, which is not guaranteed, is like $3.5 million. So a little high. Little high. So maybe, and that's playing. The Dolphins didn't give him that contract. He earned that with playing time escalators. So, I'm sure Drew Rosenhaus won't like to hear this, but I try to shake him down. Maybe I waive him, try to re-sign him. Maybe I do go with if I'm numbers crunching, and that might be an accounting thing. He's making a little bit too.
Let me throw a curveball at you. I believe he hasn't signed yet, and I think they're doing this because they're probably whoever's going to sign him, it'll be after that first week deal, so they don't have to guarantee his salary for the year. But Kenyon Drake is out there. Should the Dolphins try to revisit that and bring him back? No, why?
Because Kenyon Drake is a loon. I don't cover the team anymore, so I could put that out there. Kenyon, every coach that's ever interacted with Kenyon Drake had a problem with Kenyon Drake.
Okay. That's why he wasn't kept, you think?
Man, I know that's why he wasn't
kept. They paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like $7 million, $7.5 million to get rid of him over the next 2 years and the cap hits that they're taking. Like, they accelerated a bunch of cash, bro. Like, wow.
Super talented.
Samir White and whatever the name of the other kid.
Oh, my God. I used to hear complaints about him so much. He's just a difficult.
7th rounders. Oh, they're keeping 2 7th rounders over him.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Especially when you're a difficult guy to work with.
Okay. All right.
So he'll go cherry pick his situation. And I like Kenyon, but come on, don't think there are too many people who know the real deal, and he's just a difficult guy to work with, to coach.
I would imagine you saw Preston Williams fumble his opportunities away here for the Miami Dolphins. Pun intended, of course.
That's another one.
Unlike Jared Dokes, who's close to going to the Canton in the Hall of Fame with the performance today.
Jared Dokes' performance didn't even register in my book.
Come on. He's earned a practice squad spot. Come on.
I like Zaquandre White, to be honest with you.
They're going to keep both on there.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about Solomon Kinley.
So you like what he's done.
Listen.
You want to give him some credit now, huh? You had him cut.
I am a man
fat,
who gives...
overweight, lazy, you bum, and now
listen. He has been playing and blocking like his next meal depends on it.
Yes.
And I am inspired by his fat ass. Like, listen.
He wasn't working on his weight. He was working on his agility, baby. He's moving, bro. No, you gotta admit, Omar, you see him at times there and you're like, whoa, dude, he's moving. Like,
I am shocked.
He's got a little
shocked.
Shift.
Listen. And that's what I love that moment where desperation, where a player reeks of desperation, and they either rise to the occasion or they fumble the ball like Preston Williams. Like, you're going to see Preston's like all up in here.
Right.
Man.
Oh yeah. Definitely. And he walked away dejected. Like,
yes. I have crushed Solomon Kinley for 3 years. Absolutely obliterated him. He didn't deserve to be on this roster. I am changing my tune right now. You're taking
the L.
No. I'm not taking a long-term L. I am saying that he has earned my respect temporarily. He's still probably going to go be a fat ass and still probably going to get lazy again once he makes it 53.
Don't say that, man. Maybe he's turned the corner and the light's gone on.
I wish. He's never played like that since Georgia.
So then maybe he's turned the corner, Omar. He's only a third-year player. A crap ton of linemen. This is their magical year, actually. Year 3.
Listen.
Usually year 3 is especially mid to late round picks. Definitely. It takes him 3 years.
But what's amazing to me is he's never moved people in the run game. Here. In Georgia, he did. Here, he's never moved people. Now,
Omar,
all of a sudden,
you covered Paul Soliai. He was useless for 2 years.
Wow.
Useless.
Then desperation kicked in.
His 3rd year is when he then started to shine. In his 4th year, he exploded and became a hell of a player. It took him a little while to kind of figure it out, bro. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it takes a little while for some of these guys for the light to go on, and maybe now it's coming on for Solomon Kinley in his 3rd year.
Listen, All I want to say is Solomon Kinley has earned a spot on my 53-man roster, and I thought I thought he would never be on it.
Yeah, man.
I left him for dead. Tampa week, I left him for dead. Tampa game, I left him for dead. I'm with you.
He's
2 weeks
played well.
He's playing like a guy who knows his NFL future depends on it.
No, he's one of the better backup guards that they have right now. There's no doubt. If you're going to keep about 9, I would say, right? That would be about the magic number.
About 9.
Yeah, I definitely Kinley's one of my backup guards for sure. Him and
I'm still trying to claim something though.
Yeah, well, I think the swing tackle thing is what you got to look at right now. You have to look.
I'm still trying to claim something.
And I think also, Omar, I think if there's some kind of a returner, I think they're going to try to get somebody else to infuse the return game because they don't really have somebody yet in that area unless you inject Tyreek or Waddle in there, and that's not really what you want.
That's why you keep Lynn Bowden and have Tyreek and Waddle pop out in emergency situations.
Yeah. I just like to see more out of Lynn, but then again, you're not really scheming and you're not really showing much. So maybe
listen. Lynn has ability that you cannot coach, and that ability to make a first guy miss that helps you with punt returns.
I know, but consistency is priceless for these coaches. And
Jakeem Grant made it to a Pro Bowl with no consistency. So
yeah, but he scores. That's the difference. He makes plays. Okay.
All
right. He's the only returner in the NFL with a touchdown last year.
All right.
Okay. Pro Bowler. That's the other thing.
I must say Pro Bowler when I refer to Jakeem Grant. So
he's Pro
listen.
Bowler. No. Say it with me. Pro Bowler Jakeem Grant. Come on, say it with me. It's painful, but say it with me. Come on. Pro Bowler Jakeem Grant.
Hey.
Come on, Omar. You can say it.
I said it.
You can do it.
Pro Bowler Jakeem Grant. Pro Bowler Jakeem Grant. I will put respect on his name. Pro Bowler Jakeem Grant. Horrible wide receiver.
Follow up with out for the year with an injury.
Yeah. Horrible wide receiver, inconsistent player, but Pro Bowl return man, Jakeem Grant.
There you go.
You keeping John Jenkins?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have to keep the big man around for. Yeah, he's my last guy. Yeah, the experience is priceless.
He's 53.
I also think he's a good practice player for the O lineman. I also believe that too. I think he helps I think he helps them throughout the week because he's a guy that's going to get, since he's not going to get a ton of reps in the game. I think he helps you with practice reps and he helps your guys because he's a savvy, veteran. And I think he also helps there. So unless you have an incredibly gifted defensive young tackle that's kind of raw, but the kid is, got it here. It's just needs experience. And I don't know if they have that guy. That's the only reason I would cut John Jenkins. If I have that.
Cameron Good make your team?
Oh, yeah. I love that kid. Love the potential from that kid. Yes. I can use him as a pass rusher. I can use him as a linebacker.
Over Darius Hodge?
And he's on special teams. Yeah.
Over Darius Hodge?
Yeah, because I have him as a 7th rounder. I have his rights locked in for a really cheap price for the next few years. So I have to take advantage of that. Yes, I will.
But you might be cutting a better player. You just keep him because he's a draft pick?
Well, no, because I like his long term. I like what I've seen from Cameron Good. I'm not telling you the Hodge, because I think Porter Gustin made it on my roster, not Hodge. I think
Porter Gustin's the practice squad.
I think Porter Gustin made the team, and I think Darius Hodge is just outside looking in. I do like what he brought to the table, but I think Cameron Good is the guy that I want to build on for the future.
Who's your 4th cornerback?
Elijah, who just got the interception today, right?
Yep.
So probably.
And who's your
5th? My corners. Noah's my 5th.
Okay.
Noah's my 5th. I'll try to sneak Vernon McKinley into the practice squad. Let's see. I think Kohu makes it also.
I'm not sold on that. I don't get the appeal to that one.
Elijah's my safety, so I'm saying
why wouldn't Kohu make your practice squad?
Oh no. This is Trill Williams. This is
You think Kohu's Trill Williams?
This is Nick Needham. This is that guy that they targeted.
No, he's not.
This is the guy.
He ain't that guy.
This is the guy they targeted. The same dude like those other guys. I'm telling you, they paid extra money to get a Division II player in.
Listen, that's money. Steve Ross spends that a night at the bar.
It's not a matter of what Ross spends, dude. It's what matters to Greer and company that they wanted the player that much more. Money is
he hasn't done anything.
Ross. I disagree with you. I like him. He has done. I get it. You haven't been to a lot of the practices lately, but the kid has actually played well.
He's played well this week?
Yeah, dude, I like Kader Kohu. Yes, he's going to make this team. He will make this team. They will not put him on the practice
squad. As the fifth?
He's the last. He's the second to last corner because I trust him over Iggy probably right now. Oh, hey, by the way, nice play by. Did you see the play Iggy made? What I loved about the play was the ball skill behind it because he has none, and he showed something for once because he read the DB and reacted perfectly and knocked the ball out, which is something we never really see him do much. And as you know, he's not great with ball skills. That's his problem. And so, one of his problems. But, I thought that part was actually positive for him that he showed me some ball skills at that moment.
Yeah,
so man. A little love for Iggy. Iggy makes it by default. They have no choice. They got to make it.
Yeah, I mean, you can get him. You want to trade from you get him for a ham sandwich.
Yeah, I think they want to give Sam and Pat a year with him and see if they can work with him. If they can't,
all right. I listen.
Might as well, bro.
Yeah, might as well. My thing is that kid needs to be a special teams demon, and if he doesn't get that by now,
you're right. You're right. You're 1,000% right.
And I said to him, I keep saying to him, before I left, yo, Gunner, you're gonna have to kill that job because if you want to continue to play in the NFL, bro.
And he's
gonna be a cornerback.
And he's none of it. He's not a returner. He's not a gunner. He doesn't excel in any of that at all. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't have confidence as a corner, and then that's affected everything else in his game. Maybe he can compartmentalize.
I said to Malky, we flew up to the combine with Malky, who's his agent, and I have a high level of respect for Malky.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and Malky sat next to McDaniel because I flew on the same flight with McDaniel. Malky sat next to McDaniel the whole flight, and talked him up, and and truthfully, Igbenogany supposedly was being abused by Flores, whatever. I don't believe none of that abuse stuff. A coach is coach. Iggy sucks, so coach was hard on him. Okay,
there is abusive and there is hard coaching. There's a difference.
Okay. So now that everybody's super nice to him, he still sucks. So
but everybody else is improving. So you know what I'm saying?
I think everybody else improved on defense last year.
Austin Jackson has played his best football.
Everybody else improved on defense last year too.
Tua has played his best football under this staff right now.
Listen, a game hasn't counted. A game hasn't counted. Let's wait till the games count.
It doesn't. We just started the show. Started the segment by telling you that they looked organized. That's an improvement over everything that I've watched.
They looked like they were firing. They looked like they were firing real bullets while the Eagles were firing caps. That's what they look like. And then the Eagles are like, oh, they shooting.
Hey, listen, it's not my fault they need Viagra. You know, if
listen.
If their pistol doesn't have any bullets, I'm sorry. They need to call Rafael Palmeiro or something.
If I'm the Eagles, I ain't coming back here. I don't want to practice with you no more. I don't want to play with you no more. This exhibition, you flat out like loaded me up.
Yeah, that's right. In practice too, that first day they smoked them there too.
Did they?
That's right. They smoked them right there in practice. I saw it firsthand.
I listen.
They smoked their ass all day in that practice.
I've been so busy and stressed. I haven't even paid attention to what's been going on.
They smoked them so badly. I saw Blaze Andrews block their asses off on one-on-ones. That's how much they smoked them. Blaze Andrews was telling him, "You're not coming in here anywhere. Get out of here." Blaze.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, that's one of the backup tackles there.
Oh,
they're gonna sneak his ass onto the practice squad too as some kind of a project. Watch.
Blaze.
Blaze.
He's a Dolphins player.
Yep. You're a hell of a beat writer, bro.
I ain't a beat writer no more. One, I wasn't a beat writer when I was there. I was a columnist.
All right, well, columnist, whatever.
Oh, Blaze. Oh, that's the kid. No. Yes, you're right. Oh, please. That kid ain't even making a practice squad.
Why do you say that? I was watching the damn practice. I thought he did all right. I think they're going to be able to sneak him onto the practice squad because ain't nobody going to claim him, but I think he's kind of a half-decent project.
I like the other kid. I like Kellen Durst better.
That's the other guy that both of those guys will get onto the practice squad for sure.
Yeah.
Those are the guys who are going to try to sneak on for sure. All right. So what are you working on I Am Athlete, man? So folks can check you out.
We've got a live tour that we're launching in New York on September the 10th. And Monday's episode is I Am Athlete. The podcast is Joe Budden, the podcast juggernaut, who actually had a breakup similar to Brandon's breakup, the podcast breakup with the Pivot. And both of them discuss their podcast breakups.
Okay.
And the challenges of kind of creating new media in that space, everything that comes with it, which means the loss of friendships, which, has been tough for Brandon and Joe.
Okay.
So
all right.
It's a good episode.
Get a little personal. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Right, follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly. When you on Sirius again?
I was on Friday night. We haven't scheduled. Schedule gets made tomorrow. So
okay.
I have, and really, I'm at this point as management, I am filling in when emergencies happen, and emergencies happen three times a week.
Gotcha.
So, as you know, as somebody who's run a company, it's challenges after challenges. You know what's funny, and I'll say this to you. Every coach that I've ever coached, when you ask them, every coach that I've ever covered, when you ask them, what's the thing that you learn about being a head coach that you didn't know? And they all say, it's all the little things that you have to do that have nothing to do with your job and the fires that you have to put out on a daily basis that prevents you from doing your job. And man, do I get it now. Like, I go in there because we work at House of Athlete, which is a workout facility Brandon has in Weston. And every day I go there with my gym clothes and I lock out an hour of my day to go work out. Do you know, right before my workout time that I have scheduled, there's a crisis that comes up that I have to fit. I have to like spend the next 2-3 hours trying to fix, address, problem solve for. And that is my new life. That is my new life. So
I feel you, brother. I feel you. There's no doubt about it. Sean and I are putting out fires all the time. That's the way it goes, man. All right, follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly, and continue doing your thing, my man. Appreciate you as always. We'll talk early in the week next week.
All right, bro. I'll let
you got it. There you go, Omar Kelly, and our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report.
You've been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with Omar Kelly. For additions, home remodeling, or custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is the custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
We back. Thank you as always, Sean. Appreciate all of you out there. Preston Williams, I think, kind of sealed his deal today with his fumble on the punt return. Preston Williams is 2 words: consistently inconsistent. And Preston Williams has consistently told you, you can't count on me. He has told you, I am not available all the time because my body breaks down. He shows you on a consistent basis that I am not reliable because my hands will fail you at times. And it's funny, for a guy like Jakeem Grant, we used to jam, and well, not me, but a lot of you out there used to rip the hell out of Jakeem Grant. Yet he was one of the best returners in the NFL and a Pro Bowler last year, and the only guy that actually had a punt return for a touchdown in the NFL. And yet, what does Preston Williams do? What has he accomplished? Because he hasn't been able to do anything at a high level. At least with Jakeem Grant, okay, there were a couple fumbles. I get it. He's had that issue, but he's also the guy that can turn a game around for you with a return, with great field position. So he does provide something. Whereas Preston Williams, that's a young man that just doesn't get it. The body language was there, all of it. It was a shame. It was a real shame, dude. So Preston, listen, I think we talked about this the other day. There was a guy that talked about Chris Carter or something, and he kind of didn't have the history properly phrased. And Chris Carter's wake-up call was getting cut by the Philadelphia Eagles. That was the best thing that ever happened to him, because he got his wake-up call and went to Minnesota and ended up in the Hall of Fame, and he fixed his life because he was at a crossroad. Well, Preston Williams is about to hit that crossroad. It's up to him now to figure it out. Tonight, he sealed his fate with the Miami Dolphins. He has no business being on a roster. He's going to have to find a way to convince somebody that he belongs on their roster. But Preston Williams, have a great life, my brother. I hope you find your way. I hope you figure it out, because, man, the Lord blessed you. He gave you the ability you need. Jason Dow says, big hugs to all the Dolphin fans tonight. Let's win it for Jason this year. Fins up. Thank you, Jason Dow. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let me see. TJ Braymiller. Omar, how do you know how much offense McDaniel was showing? Is that based on how many starters were playing or the play calling? I can tell you this. They didn't show that much. But they did some things in order to assess talent. But they're not showing much. Omar's exaggerating on that one. There's a lot. There's a crap ton of stuff that they didn't even come close to showing. Let me scroll down and see if there was other super chats that we missed while we were talking with Omar on all of this. And of course, remember, you can always send a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Always appreciate it out there, the support that you guys give us every day. And remember, you can also reach out to us on the text line, the Welch and Rayom text line, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. Rob Budd says, Preston looked like he didn't give an F and was too good for special teams. He checked out of the game. Yeah. Yeah. He listen, he and his agent aren't very smart. After you trade for Tyreek, you draft Ezukama, you sign Cedric Wilson, and you have Waddle. Why would you come back here? They told Parker, we don't need you, dude. We got a fourth rounder named Ezukama that we think is going to be able to do what you do and more. And guess what? So far, the skill set says exactly that. He can do what Parker does, those slants with the big body, the fade, sure. But he'll run a 9-ass route on you and get past your defense and show you a little speed too. Something that no longer Parker could do with all the injuries and everything that's happened to his body. Why would, if you're Preston Williams, you're the agent, this tells me nobody wanted him. That's what that tells me. Because if there was another team that was interested that did not have Waddle, Cedric Wilson, and Tyreek, dude, go sign with that team. And then, the emergence of Ezukama. My God. And the Trent Sherfield kid has been fantastic. For your 4 or 5 receiver, that's awesome. Trent Sherfield is not the guy you want as your 1 or 2, but your 4 or 5, hell yeah. And Ezukama, shit, he's got the talent to be a starting wide receiver. Oh, let me sign there. That sounds like a good idea, says Preston Williams. That was weird, man. Weird. And Skylar Thompson sealed the deal. Talk about a guy that, man, has got the edge. I tell you all the time about Edge Energy Drink. 10% off, Big O, at myedgedrink.com. Delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. I tell you, we talk about edge. You need an edge in anything. You're going to be a comedian. You're going to be a mother. You're going to be a teacher. You're going to be a police officer. You're going to be an athlete. You're going to be a politician. I don't care what you're going to do. You're going to need an edge in life in order to be successful in anything that you do. Skylar Thompson, 7 of 10, 103 yards, 3 touchdowns. Comfortable, confident, terrific arm overall. Showed a little mobility today, too. Love what I saw from the kid, man. And obviously, he's on the roster. There is 0 chance he gets exposed to the waiver wire. 0. Because you know what you're doing now, ladies and gentlemen? You are now going to build up value with Skylar Thompson. So any chance you get, you're blowing somebody out, bring Skylar out if he's active. Let him get some playing time. Keep showcasing him. Keep building it up. Keep giving him confidence. Keep giving him experience. And you never know, you might turn it into a draft pick down the line. I'm not saying this year. This is like one of those things that you do in a year from now, year and a half from now, because he comes off another offseason, goes into the preseason, lights it up again, looks even more comfortable. Everybody's talking about his camp the second year, that he looks more confident. He looks he looks like he should be a starter. Somebody should try to trade for him. And then that's when the stuff comes. I'm getting way ahead of myself, but that's kind of what you want to do now. Now you've exposed them so much that you can't get rid of them. You can't try to put them on the practice squad. You're screwed now with Skylar, right? In that sense. It's a good way of being screwed, by the way. But now, okay, everybody knows it. Now, any chance we get, let's build up the catalog. Let's build up the resume. Let's build up the chance of moving him down the line. And remember, the difference with Skylar, look this up. With Skylar, he's obviously a 7th round pick, right? Well, sit it in it and win it. Not today, 12 of 22, 104 yards and interception. But he was signed by the Bucs as a undrafted free agent who then was released, and then Miami ended up getting him. And then the rest is history, and that's how we got to know Reed Sinnett to win it. But here's an undrafted guy. Skylar Thompson was thought of much higher thought of on this franchise by this front office because they drafted him in the 7th round. And we all stood around going, oh, they took us a quarterback in the 7th round. Interesting. And now we know why they took him. Good for Skylar Thompson, man. Pretty cool. Oh, do you foresee Skylar ever being a starter in this league? Too early for that, man. He hasn't played first-team defenses, and they're scheming against him. We don't know yet. Way too early. But I love the skill set, and that's what you want as a project. It's like when I was talking to Omar, like the Blaze Andrews kid. That's like what you want in the practice squad to try to see if you can mold it. The Braylon Sanders kid. I like that little young receiver. Now, is he ready to be on your roster? No, but I like him on the practice squad to try to mold him because he's got NFL talent. And so when I look at Skylar, he's got NFL talent that you got to mold. Now, I don't know where it leads to. But maybe it's like a Matt Schaub that you draft him in the 4th round, you develop him, and then you trade him for 2 second-rounders. Whether he's good enough or not, who gives a shit? Matt Castle, you drafted him in the 6th or 7th round. 1 year you had this monster team around him, and you fooled Pioli into giving up a second-rounder for him. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know where he ends up, but if you can build up the value somehow, and who was was a quarter? Oh, Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn was drafted by the Packers, right? And he ends up getting a couple of outings, and all of a sudden he blows up, and he got this big-ass contract. It happens. You can do it. You can pull it off. So now you've passed the stage of no return with Skylar. You can't cut him. So now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are blowing a team out, which God, please, Dolphins, blow a whole bunch of teams out this year, then you can, if Skylar's active, of course, because you usually only keep 2 guys active. But maybe you'll do some stuff. Maybe you keep Skylar. Remember I told you this. You keep Skylar active because you might need him for Hail Marys. And if you need like a 70, 80-yarder, he's going to be able to flick it a lot easier than the other 2 guys. But again, these are opportunities to showcase him. And now we have passed that stage. Now it's the stage of building his resume up and showcasing him even more. You control him. You control him for 4 years. You have his rights. He's not going anywhere. So now you control him. So the best way to do it is giving him more playing time whenever, of course, it calls for it. Or you can do it. And then that's when you entice a team to say, yeah, this guy's been in the Dolphin system for 2 years under McDaniel. He's looking good. He's mature. I'd rather trade for that guy than try to draft this guy who has no experience and I have no idea what he's going to do. Yeah, we'll give you this pick, that pick, whatever. That's the next stage for Skylar. Try to make him a wanted asset out there. Something that people are looking for, way too early for that right now. I'm getting way ahead of myself, but that's the next stage now to see if we can ever get to that point to watch them either build it up to that point that they can actually trade him. Big O should bring a medicine man to the show to give the Finns a good luck spell. That would help. The 5-wide play I want to see, Tyreek, Waddle, Cedric, Sheffield, and Gesicki. How many people open on that play? Yeah, the speed. No, and when you add Chase or Mostert coming out of the backfield, that's awesome. Could be Matt Schaub or could be much better. But Jason, it's not so much. Don't look at I'm not comparing Matt Flynn or Matt Schaub or any of that. I'm just saying they came in at low value and were traded for much higher value. And that's my point. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You got him in a 7th rounder. What if you can turn him into 2 second rounders like Matt Schaub? What if you can turn Matt Castle? I think he was either a 6th or 7th rounder, but they turned him into a 2nd rounder. So what if you can do that? That's my point. I'm not comparing the talents at all. I'm just comparing the building of value so you can move the talent. That's it. That's the only thing I'm comparing on that. Don't want to start 1-7. Rosendo, don't you get the feeling that that's not what's going to happen with these guys? Didn't tonight, outside of the Jason Jenkins thing that is just absolutely just soul crushing, to be quite honest, and it puts such a damper on things because we lost such a great human being. But after this training camp, after this preseason, don't you feel better about the Dolphins? Don't you feel like there's organization? Don't you feel like Mike McDaniel knows his shit? Right? Because that's kind of what I feel like. Like, I feel like, wow, this guy is a young guy and he really studied under Shanahan and all the coaches that he was under and really took notes and took all of this to heart and came in with a game plan and had a Rolodex that he could actually build a staff that he knows on offense. And then we had maybe the perfect storm because we kind of had a defensive staff in place and still added a couple of extra pieces to that. And then we watch the offense, and I'm watching offensive linemen play better. I'm watching them play in conjunction. I'm watching young receivers like Ezukama and Braylon Sanders and, guys like that perform well. I'm watching Hunter Long get better in the training camp all throughout. The last 2 weeks for Hunter Long has been absolutely outstanding. He blocked his ass off the first day against the Eagles. Okay, he was awesome. And so I'm watching a lot of organization. I'm watching players get better. Not everybody, I get it. Iggy has not gotten to that point, but I'm watching others get better. Lots of other players, including the quarterback. So after this entire training camp and preseason, and I've been really blessed this year that Sean and I were able to take the show on the road to camp and go to camp as much as we did this year to kind of get a good feel for what was going on personally and firsthand. I don't know how you don't feel good about the Dolphins. I've told you already, I have zero concerns about the first 4 games. I feel like they will be 2-2, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. I think there's a good chance they can go 3-1. Yeah, they can beat the Bengals. I don't know about the Bills, but I know they're going to beat the Ravens and they're going to beat the Patriots. I am not concerned about those games. They're better than those 2 teams. And I think they're going to prove to be better than those 2 teams. I have a lot of confidence in this team. I have a lot of confidence because I feel that they're going to fix the issues the quarterback needed so he can go on to have a fantastic, season. And I think they've done that. And on defense, they're absolutely loaded. They've got enough guys. They've got enough guys to go out there and have a good defense. They're not going to be generational or anything, but I think Christian Wilkins is going to bust out. I think Jalen Phillips is going to have a hell of a year. I think Holland is going to be an absolute monster. Sealer is a stud that just constantly makes plays. And then obviously those corners and they must feel really good about Byron Jones because they make no moves. So behind the scenes, that tells me that they must like what they're seeing with Byron, that they're not concerned. So if Byron is healthy, you got great corners to start. I just really like everything about this team right now. outside of Tyreek and Waddle, which of course they can do the job, but I don't want them on a full-time basis back there. That's my only concern. If you want a big-ass concern, believe it or not, it's not the offensive line. I think the offensive line is going to be all right. I really believe that. I'm not telling you they're going to be dominant. They're going to be, the 96 Cowboys or something. No. But I think they'll be serviceable. I think they'll do a solid job overall. I don't know if they have a returner that you could count on that is not named Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, because I only want those guys returning. Worst case scenario, end of game situation, you need it to win the game, whatever. It has to be like I don't want those guys carrying the burden of playing wide receiver and return game. I don't want that. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. You leave those two nutbags, they'll probably want to do it. That's the problem. You're going to have to save them from themselves. But if you ask me, that's my real concern right now, that I don't know if they have a constant playmaker in there that isn't named those two guys. But I really like what I see from this team. Let's eat some mac and cheese on the season opener. Offense is rolling, but I'm excited about Jalen Phillips and that front seven getting after Mac. Hell yeah. Hells to the yeah. All right, we are out of here. We thank Sean Stanley as always, mastering this program, doing an excellent job. And again, folks, don't forget to support our other channel, Big O Show Cuts. We'll be adding more live programming there. We did a live show on there this Saturday afternoon. So please follow Big O Show Cuts, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when we post new videos you won't see on this channel. So please subscribe there. If you haven't subscribed here, please subscribe here. Thank you all out there. Thank you to everybody that sent in a super chat. Thanks to all of you out there for listening, downloading the show, supporting us and our amazing sponsors. We will see you on Monday. Same time, same place, same bat channel. And rest in peace, Jason Jenkins. You'll be loved by all of us forever, my friend, and never forgotten. Love you, brother. Be good. Rest in peace.